Now what I would like you to do as students of this is there are hundreds or thousands of pictures of the standing stones, the Saracens, the blue stones, Stonehenge itself, and the crop circles in southern and northern England. That's the only place they are in the world. Now what I'd like you to do is not look through them through human eyes, but look at them through the eyes of the builders. Now you can look at this right here and say, well, there's a bunch of dominoes, there's a spool, there's some kind of knitting thing there. We also have a bunch of anodized bolts, okay? That is true. That's what we see as humans. But if you look at the crop circles, and if you look at the standing stones in all of Europe, and if you look at Stonehenge, and if you look at all of the things that are there that are mysterious, they have one thing in common. They are shadow casters. Instead of looking at Stonehenge as itself, I would like you to look on the internet at all the pictures from above at what the standing stones, that's why they're standing, they cast shadows, okay? All the crop circles in the north of England that are all gathered there are all in contrast. They are all in shadow and light. No colors. It's like if you could only see black and white, and you can see their shadows. Now imagine if every one of these screws that you can see here, or bolts, I don't want you to look at the bolts, okay? I want you to look at the shadows that they cast from the sun. Okay? The sun right up here. What the Stonehenge does is shows the approximate place the earth is compared to the sun on any given day by its shadows. Everything is designed to show it in contrast by the shadows. There are many mounds out in the countryside, different places, that have, they're only mounds left, but they used to have spires on them like this right here. And you can see this spire, let's pretend it's a spire. Just use your imagination for a moment. Say that I'm 1,500 feet up in a hot air balloon, or let's say I'm in a craft 1,500 feet up. And I see this spire up here. And the spire, its shadow is pointing right here. Okay? Now, if I can get one of these acting things to show up, you can see the shadow from this bolt right here. We can call it this, let's call it a standing stone. There are fields of them. When the Stonehenge was originally built, it did have a spire in the center of it, okay? We have to say that the Stonehenge was not a misassembled, jumbled bunch of junk, right? And it also was precisely placed, and it was placed on a large area. But you could only tell from looking at it from a great height. All right. Now, suppose that I have to leave this earth when the sun hits this exact spot right here. The spire hits this exact spot, and I know that that is the time for me to leave this earth and go somewhere else. That is how our visitors use this edifice to go to different places. That is what the Voynich says. Remember, the Voynich is a lot of circular things in it. Now I know that we all think that, you know, Bacon wrote it, or some famous person wrote it, but with all of our cryptological computers that can think of millions and millions of times per second, they can't figure this out. But I can. This is exactly like the Stonehenge right here. What we have here is we have, if you will take away all of these women right here, these women are their meaning for stars. The important thing is the placement of the stars. Okay? Right here, right here, right here. On the page, that is the most important spot for them. And if we take, let's see if I can put that there. Let's see if it'll work. I'm going to fire it and get a new actor probably. Let's see if I can get another one here. Smaller one. I should have some better props, but I don't have them. Now, there was a pointer that was put right in the center here, which is very hard for me to do right here. Okay, and they use the shadows the same way. Well, if I can get one of these damn things to help me out for a minute, you're fired. Assholes. Okay, here we go. Shit. Here we go. No, let's see. Here we go. This is why they have editing. Okay, let me get another one. Here we go. Now watch. I'll put it right there. Oh, you're both fired.